All right, so let's end now with creating a consistent sadhana effort in your life. What do you have to do? This is like you're creating the plan for what you're now going to do. So first is you have to learn how to practice steady, one-pointed awareness, ekagrata. That's always the starting point. 2, you want to change your diet. Make the diet change. 3, you want to practice silence daily. Teach you how you practice silence. Not talking is not silence. It has to be mental and emotional silence with it. You have to do the omkar daily. Right? So what we're looking at is choosing these basic sadhanas, so the ekagratam, the food change, practicing silence, omkar. Those should be like a standard that everybody has to put into place. And then you're going to choose 1 or 2 other sadhanas that are meaningful to you. Choose and learn the sadhana that most appeals to you. You might find the omkar like, that doesn't tickle my fancy. You want to do something else. You might think, the Gayatri is cool, I'll do that one. But once you've chosen it, stick with it. Don't change it. Namasmarana is a kind of a good all-round sadhana for us to develop and to know how to do. Because you can do it any time, at any place, doesn't need any specific preconditions. Right. Then you need to set up a daily or a twice-a-day routine to practice the sadhana. It must be absolutely consistent and rhythmic for yourself. You can't go intense for a couple of weeks and then peter away. This steady, unflinching discipline, nishta, has to be developed when you engage your sadhana. Once you've set up that routine, you now have to work on the stages of the sadhana. So the first stage is learn how to do the sadhana correctly. You're going to learn how to do the sadhana. There are many details that Swami gives about each one. We want to teach it to you correctly so that you've got the right version. You know how incorrect things spread so quickly, right? Just have one person doing the Gayatri wrong, the whole group learns it wrong, and then they say, no, that's how it's done. Right? Or you pick up a CD by some singer, and she's got her own version of how she does it. And you say, oh, but no, it's on the CD. So wrong. The only version you should use is the one given by Bhagavan. Avatar has given you how to do it, that's the version. Right? So we'll learn the Gayatri based on how Swami has given it, and change if you have to change. Okay? Right. So once having learnt how to do the sadhana correctly, you now have to introduce a practice of the sadhana consistently. So that's where your times become very, very important. Setting up the times, getting it done correctly. Then you have to, through the practice, you have to experience the stated benefits. The benefits should start to become more and more obvious to you as you do the sadhana. Now, how quickly that arrives is dependent on different things. It depends on how far down the vibratory scale you are, how many vasanas are there, how intense is your sadhana, how consistent is your sadhana. Many, many factors determine if you see the benefits. But in due course, if you're doing the sadhana, it will start to manifest the experience of that. Right? And Swami says, Swami makes the statement, take one step towards it, I will take 100 steps towards it. When it's relating to sadhana. You take that step, Swami makes sure that you get the time, you get the effort, the energy, all the other things he starts to put into place to help you. But you must have the first intent that you want to do this. Right. And the third is that you must start to manifest the divinity in you that the sadhana promises, that the sadhana uncovers. Right. So if Swami says that when you do the sadhana, you get equanimity, you experience bliss and ananda, and you experience contentment, then all of those must start to manifest in your life. So in other words, you've got to know the sadhana, you've got to experience the sadhana, you've got to manifest the sadhana. You've got to know, experience, and manifest the sadhana. Right? And lastly, you have to be disciplined, consistent, one-pointed, and have an intense yearning to experience God as your reality. Right? The reason for why you're doing the sadhana is not to impress anyone else around you. It's to have that yearning for the experience of God within you. Right? So remember, sadhana is the inward journey. Right? Next time we say we're all going on pilgrimage, save some time. Just sit wherever you are going with. The outer pilgrimage is not of much value. Right? You might think, Swami says all those things are just mental gymnastics. You sort of like making your mind feel a bit comfortable that, you know, I did this, I went to the 4 parts of India where the lingams are, I went to 2 times a million, I went to a temple, I went 3 times around, and then 3 times the other way. All gymnastics. None of that makes anything happen until you know what the sadhana is. Right? Each sadhana has got a very distinct pathway. You're going to choose it, apply it, and master it. Right? So now you're all padwans, right way. Is that the right way? Padwan means you are training disciples of Swami. Right? For you to become the master, it means you engage it like a training. It's all mind training. Right? You're going to get like really good at it. Then we can call you Jedi Knights. The Jedi Knight is totally at one with the source. Right? When you are at one with Swami, you fear nothing. Your internal reference standard is only what Swami has said. No other person gives you instruction. It'll always be right. Right? So that's like for warriors. Right? If you're feeble, you take your diet, always whinging about, oh, this is too hard, too much of time getting taken up in this sadhana stuff, then it's not your path. And Swami has come. He's called you into this organization. You are ready to do this. The tragedy is that for so many years we've listened to the avatar but never done anything that he said. And sadhana is your commitment now. Swami says, if you do sadhana like you go to the beach, stand on the shore, look at the water, and you're so excited, and you go home and you tell everyone, I went to the beach, but you never went into the water. He says, sadhana is you're diving into the water. You take the step and dive in. Then you get the bliss of the coolness of the water and all of that. Right? So now you're at the point where you have to dive into the sadhana. Don't just talk about it anymore. Right? So start with, do the dive change, start to put some character maths down, and then start to practice the ekagrata. In the meantime, as you learn the different sadhanas, you can soon figure out which one works for you. Not everyone works for everyone. Right? If you think of all of these sadhanas like different soaps, you take a shower. Sadhana is like taking a bath, a shower. You can have a shower, you can have a bubble bath, you can bath with a bucket and a jug, whichever one is appealing to you, you do that. Then you've got different soaps. You've got Dove soap, Lux soap, palm oil, whatever one you want to use. Right? And then the act of bathing is, of course, you've got to go into the bath, pour the water on, use the soap, wash the soap off. Right? So in today's world, many sadhakas go into the bathroom, the soap is still wrapped in the plastic, the water is not turned on. You step into the bathroom, you step out, and you step done sadhana. You haven't taken a bath, you haven't done the cleansing, right? So sadhana is purification. So if you take, for example, the cleanest utensil in your kitchen, it's the one you're using every day, and you wash it, right? Will you dare leave that pot unwashed and cook again the next day? Why not? It's unhygienic, firstly, and the thing will smell and rot after a while. So imagine if you're not taking your mental, emotional, spiritual bath every day, which is sadhana. How do you think you're going to feel? How do you think we all around you feel? Right? It'll be uncomfortable. So you have to just remember this is your spiritual bath. You have to take the responsibility to do that cleaning up. Right? And you're not doing us a favor if you don't do it. If you're not doing it, then stay away, because then you smell having done the bath. If you see people like that, they're like always irritable, fussed up, they're whinging, everybody else has a problem. Right? Those are people who've got very low vibration. You don't want to be around them. And if you are one of them, just stay away, do your sadhana, and then come back. Because you need to know that this thing affects people around you, it affects yourself, affects your family. So this cleaning up, and again Swami brings you back, it's the food. Right? We've given you that food here in God discourse. When you have conflict in your family, be sure it's the food doing that. Like Swami says you eat animal foods, you will have animal thoughts, animal qualities, and then you'll behave like that. Unless you change the diet, you are going to have that happen. All the world, why do you think there's conflict in the world? It's because they are consuming animal foods. They're expressing animal qualities, on and on and on. Okay? Right, so you now learned the whole journey of what sadhana is. Worth getting the sadhana, the inward path, and reading, getting kind of a better idea, but you've got enough notes now to know how to prepare yourself for the coming months. So as we go in depth into the different types of sadhana, learn it, and as we said, you don't have to do all of them. 3 or 4 that are kind of compulsory are change the diet, learn to practice the ekagra, learn to practice silence, and then the Om path, and then you can add on any one or other sadhana that's appealing to you. Okay, any questions before we end? All comfortable with it? Know what to do? Right, so remember, this is your relationship with Bhagavan. You have to learn how to understand it and then take the necessary steps to make it valuable in your life. Okay, Bhagavan took the time to come down to earth, give you all of this. Your responsibility to take it and use it and make your life uniquely different. Okay? Right, Jai Saram, if there are no questions, let's end with the Samasta Lord.